So this week we're going to talk about growing your business. Whether you're in real estate or any business, we have a guest and some tips that are going to help you out. Hello everybody, my name is Barry Horvath and this is Moving Forward TV with your local market update. I have trouble with that today.
He's having trouble with that today. Hello everyone, I am DeLynn Gaston. Thank you for joining us. I know, you're like it's not a tongue twister. It's not like we haven't been doing this for 10 years.
Well, you know what it is? It's a little frigid outside right now and my brain is frozen, if you haven't figured. And in fact, all the people up north right now, I am so sorry about what's going on. But I also feel sorry for us Floridians because we're getting down in the 30s. You know, we're going to have 31 this weekend.
I know.
Sorry, I didn't mean to hit you.
I know, yes. That's what they said. It's going to be below freezing.
So, which makes the real estate market hot in Florida. No pun intended.
Wow, that was good.
Like that?
And it is a hot market.
It is a hot market.
It's been, right?
Yes.
Ever since COVID, shelter in place, and everybody wants a place of their own to shelter. Well, so the market's been going kind of crazy.
Well, I think part of it is too because people are staying home more. You know, let's face it.
And they want a nice home to stay in.
Yeah, and they're improving their current residence, updating them, or moving to bigger housing because they are going to be home more. COVID has shown us one thing: it's we can stay home and survive.
And still work.
And still work, yes. So this week we are going to offer you some tips on how to grow your business.
But it's not coming from us.
No, we have actually brought in a local, well-respected real estate professional right here in our community. And I am going to...
One of the top producers of the community.
Actually, she is Realtor of the Year, and she is the incoming president of the West Pasco Board of Realtors. So welcome to the show, Connie Luco.
Yay!
Like it was like magic, and poof, there you are. So we're so proud to have you on. So Connie's been in real estate, and she serves this community very well. And
lots of committees.
She is.
I'm on her with her.
She is with Remax Sunset, and I'll give a plug for her there because I know her customers love her. And I look at stats for CRM, and we're going to talk about, you know, people that your best customer is the one you already have in place, because we all want to market. No matter what business you're in, you need to market to your existing database, and Connie's going to offer us some tips on how to do that. But I think you exceed the 91% of people that said they would reuse their realtor. I bet you're more like 99 or 102%. That's just my gut.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I don't know anybody that doesn't love you or like you or you know, really enjoyed a transaction, because you go above and beyond. And let's face it, how many new realtors were joined last year that were going to get in this business and get rich quick? Do you know the number?
Nobody that's going to get rich quick.
I know.
It's a process. We have 1,831 members at the board.
At the West Pasco board.
Agents and business partners and everything. So probably a couple hundred joined last year.
Wow.
So think about that statewide. There's thousands of new agents. So in fact, there's so many people going to get their real estate license. If you are not what I call the best of the best, and DeLynn and I talked about yesterday how we want to wow people. If you are not wowing people right now, your competition is going to. So you better figure out a way to just draw them in, keep them, and have them become your client for life. So Connie has you have some different tips that you actually do. So tell us about what you're doing to help grow your business.
So actually, great question. A CRM that Barry had mentioned is the customer relationship management tool. If you're not using one, you definitely need to get one, even if you use an Excel spreadsheet to keep track of it all.
If you don't, you need to get another job.
But 30 touch points a year, they're saying, is what you want to do with your clients. So
30 touch points. So
30 touch points
what
seems
is,
like a lot, but it's not.
So for those of you who are new to business or just don't know what that is, what is a touch point?
So a touch point is...
And it's not like me going over here and going, hey, DeLynn, what's going on?
It's communication, whether it's written, verbal, or any type of communication with a past client or customer that you've used,
So
that has used you in the past.
Being in front of them in some way. So we need to be in touch with them 30 times. Wow, that's a lot.
It is, but it doesn't seem unreasonable. During the whole COVID process, I changed my marketing and my customer relationship management up a little bit. I send out 5,000 postcards a month now.
Wow.
A lot of people are home-based now.
Yes.
So you need to touch them. So I changed that up a little bit. Those go out to somebody every month. Every week of every month they go out to the same clients every month. So that's trying to get listings and trying to get buyers. But the main thing I do is after the clients that I have serviced, I send out 6-month cards, year cards. I put them on my newsletter list each month. I do year touch points, 2-year touch points, 3 years. I do handwritten cards. I do postcards. I do anniversary cards. So those are all touch points.
You know, I think so many realtors, sadly, so many realtors think that their job is over at the closing.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. They walk away. They don't even give them their card at the table. They don't say anything.
Yeah, they just say thank you, and boom, they're on to the next client without even, like you said, the best referral you can get is the client that you already have.
Because they already
It's
know
the
you,
easiest.
they already like you, and they already trust you, right?
But
We
so
talk
many
about
people
that.
drop the ball right there. So you're saying you keep your you keep your postcards going out, your cards going out, even long after the...
Absolutely. You call them. You know, most of my past clients invite me to Easter dinners, to barbecues.
Wow.
You get to know them.
To
and they
surprise
get to
birthday
like
parties.
you. Absolutely, absolutely. And that's the easiest to keep up with is somebody that you have used before. That's a referral.
So let's talk about this a little more. 30 touch points, and I think that there's this misconception that you're going to mail out postcards and all of a sudden your phone's going to start ringing. Yeah. That is the furthest from the truth. So anybody
She laughs.
because it doesn't work that way. But Connie Luco's on their kitchen table. Connie Luco's in their mailbox. Connie Luco is in front of them.
The calendar on the refrigerator.
Connie Luco. It's branding.
Absolutely.
And it's that repetition of over and over. It's consistent marketing. So just because you mail 5,000 postcards doesn't mean that someone's going to call you and go, hey, I got a house for you to list. I got your postcard today.
Right.
No, it's all about consistency. So
You can't stop. Once you start, you have to continue it. Each year, I reevaluate that, but you have to continue what you're doing. It took, postcards on a regular basis. You're lucky if you get a call when you send out the first postcard. It might take 6 months to a year. You definitely want 6 months worth of doing the same thing. But past clients, you want to send them, you want to know their anniversary. Facebook is an awesome tool for that. Their birthday goes out on Facebook. You can send the Hallmark cards for
e-cards.
free.
Mm-hmm.
I sign
send
up
out
for
cards.
some of those things, send out cards. So those are the touch points we're talking about that you need to have.
So give us, can you give us like a process? How do you go about? You just had a great client, you closed a deal with them, they loved you, they came over and washed your car for you. You did such a great job.
I wish.
Well, you got Easter dinner, so why aren't they? I'm just trying to sweeten the pot for you, Connie. Go with it. So what is your process? What do you do after a closing? I mean, can you walk us through that?
Absolutely. So I have a spreadsheet that I do because I'm an accountant by trade from past years. So I do an.
So you have to have a spreadsheet in your life.
I do. I provide a closing gift to my clients at the closing table, whether it be a home warranty for their home or a gift card or something.
DeLynn, you hear that?
DeLynn will tell you she looked at some of my secrets that are going to be revealed in an upcoming training.
Yes.
And you pulled out 2 that you liked. What were they, DeLynn?
Pizza. Everybody likes pizza.
And they're moving in. Who wouldn't like a pizza delivered with a flyer from you?
And the other one that I thought was really cool was the cleaning.
Yes.
House cleaning. Who wouldn't like their house cleaned before you move, right? What's the first thing you do when you buy a house and you move in? Oh my gosh, we have to clean out the cabinets, and we're going to, get, Lysol even pre-COVID, we were Lysoling everything and lining the cabinets and, scrubbing the walls and all of that stuff before you paint them. Wouldn't it be, I love that.
So that's part of your, you're giving back.
That's my touch points. And I'm doing something of value to the customer.
And who's not going to remember that?
Absolutely. Right. So then after that, and after we close, within a couple weeks, I send out a card, handwritten, to them directly saying, hope you're unpacking, hoping you are loving your home that you're in. If you need anything, reach out to me. Then 6 months goes by. Well, then after that, I ask them for a referral. So my next month is a letter that says, everybody needs a referral, and I send that out.
So you put in the letter, do you know anybody else that would like to enjoy some pizza on me?
Absolutely.
So ask for the biz, right? People don't
have to ask.
They're just thinking, well, Connie's so nice and she bought us pizza, and Connie's so nice and she had her house cleaned ahead of time. And that's wonderful that they're doing that. But if you don't plant the seed in their head, who else do you know,
Absolutely.
Right, who is buying a house?
So then comes my 3rd month after they close. I give every one of my clients a newsletter. It's tips. It's not about me selling you anything. It's about tax season coming up, how to prepare, what's the best color of your walls. There's a recipe that's on the back of it. And then I let it go until the year, and then hope you're unpacked by then, another hand letter. The 2nd year goes out, and if you attend my training, I even give you my verbiage of what I write. 3 years, and they're continuing each month to get my newsletter as well. They're getting birthday cards from me, anniversary cards.
Is your newsletter online, in email, or is it actually you mail it?
I actually mail it.
Really?
I'm getting more success with mailings right now.
Yeah.
Wow.
And if people don't
people's emails are just so full with so much.
But you need to do a mixture. Whatever works for you is what you should continue doing. What works for some won't work for me. What works for me won't work for others. But these are just touch points and way to keep your name and face in front of that person. And it has to be continuous, and you have to, don't change your hair, don't change your name, don't change anything. The same picture over and over again gets you to become known to them. And it takes about 7 times, at least 4 to 6 times seeing that before they'll trust you. And it's all about liking, and trust.
And you know what? We just came back from an awesome coaching
session
rally. And one of the things they talked about was, people think you're going to call somebody and talk to them and they're going to immediately do business with you. And what you just said, that the number 7 is the number. That's your, there's a very low percentage chance that they're going to do business with you if you touch them 1 time.
Absolutely.
But if you touch them 7 times, there's a really good chance that they're going to do
And
business
so many
with you.
people, unfortunately, and I'm sure in your world it's the exact same, they stop after 2.
They do.
Well, that didn't
Or
work.
they
Yeah.
don't
You know.
do anything after
Yeah.
the closing table.
Well, I just spent, all this money on postcards and everything, and, I sent out 2 sets of postcards, and I didn't get anything. I'm going to not do postcards anymore.
Yeah.
So I'm going to tell you, my perspective no to me means not yet.
Absolutely.
And it's timing. It's all about timing because let's face it, maybe they're not ready to list their house. Maybe they're not ready to move forward with a transaction. The timing has to be right. No matter what business you're doing, timing is everything. But if you're not in front of them when the timing is right, they're going to go somewhere else. So
Absolutely. I switched my postcards to a new area, and I sent them out the first time I sent them out. I got a call from a lady in that neighborhood that listed her home.
Wow.
And she said, it just so happens we got your postcard when we were going to call another agent, and we called you.
wow.
So it is timing.
Well, so much for our theory of one postcard, you're going to get a listing.
Well, that doesn't happen all that often, but I've had it recently happen more.
But maybe
one
they
or two
heard of you somewhere else. Maybe someone else.
She said she had. So,
Yes.
So
yeah.
there you go. And you were that was a gentle reminder. So.
Absolutely.
What about social media? How do you mentioned like social media, you love it and you're big on it. Where, what avenues and how are you utilizing that?
So
She doesn't sleep because she's liking things at midnight.
I do the Hallmark cards through social media. If I don't have an address to send anything to, I definitely use those. I subscribe to them monthly. I pay a minimal amount of fee, but I do that as well. In case they open it, you have to explore everything. Facebook,
Right. And see what works.
as long as you're selling, and I have a website design team that does my websiting, but I throw out stuff on Facebook all the time, not just my closings, but personal stuff sometimes, and just, thank you for my clients at the year end. I also touch point about when you need to file your homestead exemption. So these are all touch points that you
Right.
can help your
Right.
client.
Can I steal this from your?
Sure.
So
Steal
this
away.
is one of her presentations, but I don't know if we're going to show any part of it or not. But 40.
We
It
might
says
tease a little bit.
41% of sellers who used a real estate agent found their agents through a referral by friends or family, and 26% used the agent they previously worked with to buy or sell a home.
Yeah. I think 91, the next slide said 91% want to use their same agent, but if they don't contact them and stay in front of them,
They won't.
How many agents do you know? I mean, you're in the business, but
Yes.
everybody knows agents.
Well, you drive down the street and there's, billboards and,
Billboards.
and, park benches and all that.
And again, it's marketing. And sometimes, I hate to say this, but sometimes the top agents aren't the best agents. They may be the best marketers too.
Yeah.
And that's true in a lot of businesses. You have a lot of attorneys out there that are great marketers, but maybe not the best attorneys per se.
But they get, somebody goes to them and tries them.
Yes, because they are good marketers.
Yeah.
So I heard this statistic, and I've shared with you, DeLynn, before, that we often go places that are familiar. And a statistic, McDonald's, I mean, who loves McDonald's food? Do you know
Right.
anybody that really loves McDonald's food?
No.
Probably myself.
But there's not a day that goes by that you're not in their presence. You know what I mean? You pass
True.
by their golden arches, it's branded well, you see an ad. So 90% of the U.S. population will visit McDonald's at least once this year.
Yeah.
And
Believe it.
90% of the
90%,
population.
that's a statistic I heard. And that doesn't mean you're going to go there for a happy meal. It means maybe you stop by for a sundae or a coffee. But just imagine if you had 90% of the population as your customer,
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. And one time. But it's their branding and marketing that makes them successful.
I'd like to hear Dunkin' Donuts stats.
Well-
The cars are always around the building.
Right?
Yeah, I mean, I've been to Dunkin', I can't even, I've probably been there 90 times this month. So,
I know. You and me
Probably.
both.
yeah, so.
But you're right, you have to stay in front of them, and that business is the easiest. DeLynn and I had this conversation before. It is the easiest one to maintain. And on a listing appointment, when somebody has referred you from a client,
Right.
you really, not that you don't have to put forth effort, but it's a
Right.
lot easier.
Right.
Yep.
Yep. Somebody says, oh, we had Connie Luco as our realtor. She was fantastic. You need to use her. So you go there and you're ready to do your presentation, and they just say, I heard enough about you. Where do I sign? Yep.
And that happens a lot.
Yeah.
Where you don't have to go up against other agents.
So what other tips can you share about
What's your
success?
favorites?
Yes. What's your favorite thing
Your
to
top
do?
3 favorites.
Top 3 favorites. So my newsletter is very unique.
So do you write that yourself?
No, I outsource that. It
Okay.
is delivered and everything through mail, not by
Right.
me at all.
You know, it's funny. I'm reading a book right now, and it's At Your Best. It's called At Your Best, and it's like when you're at your best. Do it when you're at your best. Do your best when you're at your best. The thing is that you're not the best at writing. You're a great realtor. You're not the best at writing articles and stuff, right?
Absolutely.
So outsource what you're not good at, or you won't do.
True.
Because if you told me I got to touch people 30 times and I'm like, whoa, I'm already doing this, that, and the other, and my schedule's full.
right,
When am I
and
going
it's
to find time to
overwhelming.
do that?
Well, you network a lot too, and networking is part of a touch point. So
Right.
if you're, past clients that have used you in networking
Right.
and not, you're touching them when you go out. You can do video touch points as well. Send them a video of something that. So I closed with this one lady, and the best thing I can tell you about her is she loved cardinals. And the gift I gave her was a plant dish with a cardinal in it. And I continue to reach out to her in a text occasionally and say, how the cardinals from your balcony. Something as simple and
Nice.
as easy as
Right.
that just keeps her. And she's on her 4th home with me.
But
so-
that's
And
you know your customer. You know something
Absolutely.
unique
You've
about them.
listened.
So that's the thing. Listen
Yeah.
and get to know them.
I do like writing hand notes. That's one of my
Yeah.
favorites.
You do.
I do write hand notes a lot.
Okay, there's 2.
But
What's
you have
number
a
3?
lot. You have a lot of business. How do you keep up with all of that? Time management.
Till 2 a.m. in the morning.
Wow.
I know, and she does. She is up all
I know
the
other
time.
agents that do everything through social online. I'm more of a hands-on,
Yeah, I
that
know.
I do. I do like the anniversary, the birthday cards if your son graduates or your daughter graduates from school. I do like networking, getting in front of people. So,
Yeah, we see you out there all the time.
and the board,
Yeah.
I'm big in it. So,
Right, right.
You think that's helped your
And
business
training.
being so involved in the board?
Absolutely.
Yes.
The educational loan, and I do want to give a plug to that as well. And Connie has an upcoming class that she's going to be teaching. I know, I'm going to say this again at the end, but on February 9th. I attended the class last year when she taught this class, and it was just amazing. It's not just, it is absolutely geared a lot towards realtors, but me in the mortgage world, it's anybody in sales. Some of this stuff, Connie, that we're talking about, it's sales 101,
Absolutely.
Be in front of your customer, be kind to your customer, get to know your customer, right? Those are things that anybody in sales should be doing anyway.
I give away all my secrets in these classes. And because I do it mainly because I want to see other agents succeed. And the ones that walk out of the class, there might be 2 that do it.
See?
that's a shame.
And the classes are well attended, so there might be 2 who are going to do something. One of the top producers that in our company as well said
know.
almost the exact same
I
thing.
know exactly where you're going.
I know. He said almost the exact same thing. He said, you know what, people say, why are you going to give us all of this information and everything, And he said, because I know more than half of you are not going to do a dang thing with it.
Yeah,
He was a little more colorful than that.
I mean, we can talk about this stuff, and hopefully everybody takes away one nugget from what
Yep.
That's
you've
what we're
given them
hoping.
today, and they implement it. That's the key. You've got to implement it. You got to want to do it. So, we learn from a lot of people, different ways. I mean, let's face it, you know, we learn more from each other.
I know.
I mean, we're pretty...
And from other people, from other...
Right.
They can learn so much from you, Connie, you know, just from listening to you, hearing you. You know, there's a lot of business out there for everybody. They shouldn't look at it as competition or whatever. You know, we can all learn from each other. And I do want to mention that Connie has the class on February 9th, and it is at the West Pasco Board of Realtors. You do have to register, so please go online there or give them a call or something and say, how do I do this? It is a very, very good class, February 9th, 10 to noon.
10 to noon. And
10 to noon.
We're doing two separate things. Time management, Valerie is teaching, and then I will be doing touch points for an hour after that. So, and I will give away my secrets if you want them.
Awesome. And hopefully some of you will
But you have to
implement.
come to the class to get her secrets. So she has, look at this. So I have this pile of stuff next to me.
Lots
There
of
is a
handouts.
whole, I know, lots of handout. Look at this. I kept these from last year, guys, because this is amazing stuff. Like I said, a lot of it is just, you know, common sense sales. So there's a lot of really good handouts. She's giving it to you for free.
So, Connie,
why
how-
are you not, you
How
know?
can they get information about that?
The class?
Yes.
Go to the West Pasco Board
So
site and sign
so
up.
go to the West Pasco Board of Realtors website, sign up, register, get that. Since we're doing community announcements now,
And we're doing food there. There'll be food.
Yes.
We're providing the food.
I want to remind you that on February 8th, we are doing our class, which will be a continuing education class. This is for real estate professionals. If you want to get 2 hours of free CE, just jump on Zoom. We're going to register you, and we're going to talk about the new contract. I know a lot of you still have questions about it, and there'll be other tips in real estate on the transaction from start to finish. And you get 2 hours of CE just for joining us. So log in. You can find that on...
And it is on Zoom, so it's
Yep, it'll
convenient
be a
right from
Zoom.
wherever
you
you
can do
are.
it right from, yep, you can do it in your bathroom, so we don't care. You just go, you can find the link, just reach out to us. It's on Dynamic Titles page, and it's also on the mortgage firm Trinity's page. So also I want to share with you, we also have rental assistance money and utility money to help people in Pasco County that are struggling due to COVID. Go to WPBA.biz, go to the HEART program. We want to help you that may be struggling here in the community. So that's all we got.
Or if you're a landlord.
Yeah, if you're a landlord.
If you're a landlord and your tenant is struggling.
WPBA.biz, check out the site. So Connie, thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Enjoyed having you, a great guest, and for the rest
Share
of you.
us, like us.
Yes, get us out there.
Thank you. We are today and every day.
Moving forward, have a great week, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.